Hello there, it's your Unified Ascension Angelic Master Healer here. I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers. It's been fantastic to know that I have that love and support and the higher self, which is even better. It's so great. I noticed there's a lot of love in the room. I feel the energy, its fields, its vibrations, its frequencies. I think it's tremendous how everybody's meditating and getting ideas and research and meditating, drinking lots of water, full collaboration, love all around, which is tremendous. It's great to know that all these things. People have been asking me questions about alignments and frequencies and harmonics and my purpose and why am I here? What is my mission? It's all based on your higher self. Now, I said it in my videos about the higher self and what you need to do and how to get there. You have to understand yourself. Use the heart. The heart is the answers to everything. The heart will guide you to the higher self. I don't know if I told you this, but in my last video, my very first video, when I transformed from human to superhuman to higher self, that is all based on truth of what happened through my ascension. So everybody will get a basic understanding of who I am, where I came from, and what I'm doing and what my purpose is. I know what my purpose is. It's because I have full collaboration with the higher self. My dichotomy is separated. I have no ego. I only do knowing and moving ahead. I don't reference anything in the past. I have no negativity, no frustrations, no anger, no upsets, no disappointments. I only think greatness because it allows me to use what I need to know for space continue. And once you're in space, all the answers are there through its higher self. And if I go through a mishap, it's very informative that these things happen, but they get corrected very fastly. So I have emotions and feelings just like everybody else. But my higher self allows me to get over it very fast because I have a tremendous force that's going on right now through its ascension, and everybody has to be on the same vibration to get there. And the only way to get there is for me to heal you guys. Feel the light beings. Light up your lights. Unite that flame. Seek the light within. Know that you can use that light formation to your higher self and go to a higher dimension through harmonics. Because we are platituding on the fifth dimension, and you have to be on that frequency level. Now, it's great to know that the third dimensionals are trying really hard. I think it's great that they're courageous and they have the courage enough to understand what's going on. So again, they're definitely on the planes. They can also, find themselves moving forward if they want to. Find out how to meditate. You can watch my videos. It gives you great ideas on how to meditate. Now, meditation is not just a dream. When you're meditating, it's real, especially when you are connected through your higher self. So this is a deeper channel on the higher self. When you meditate the higher self, you are connected to the higher self. You're on earth as a human vessel, but in space, you're a light being. You're an embodiment of light. The higher self doesn't know what a human vessel is. It only thinks space, space continuum. It's planets. It has a major collaboration with the collective, Mother Nature, Gaia. So it's very important to know that the higher self is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is correcting its new earth and its alignments, its modifications, its calculations, its line forming. It's in the matrix, like I said before. Now, what happens when the higher self goes to that planet? Remember I told you where there's a defense mechanism where you have to check for technical breaks and stuff like that. If for planets, if there's a virus, you always have to scan them first. Well, that's coming into intelligence. And I can't uplift any planet until I know it's safe. When it's safe, then I can rebuild its structure through its DNA, through its molecules, its atoms and particles and elements. Everything is made through space, through its energy. Now, the higher force has its own electrical fields, so it uses that atmosphere through its energy circuits. You know, the hands, right? And he scans planet with his hands. Now, you probably think it's a cartoon, you know, how you see it on TV. But that's how I see. Okay, I live in the galactic era. And I'm in the 25th century. Okay, I'm in 3,000 years ahead of everybody. I'm way before my time. So I have that kinetic force with its system. I've seen the new Earth in the year 3000. I know what it looks like, the new Earth. I've talked to you about my other videos too. It's incredible. I mean, it's all based on harmonics. It's extremely high frequency. And it's incredible to know, you know, to see that. Where it is connected through its G1, Star Citizen, the new Earth, the quantum shift. And it's very real. So a lot of people meditate, mostly, you know, to reach their higher self. I use it by my eye perception, but remember how I told you how I can control thought? My thought is because I surrender my full self. So my thoughts are very powerful through the transition of healing. So the higher self is connected through that. He stays in space. But if I want him to come down, he comes down. But he lives there in space full time because he has to. He has to live in the matrix because he's in an ecosystem, and his body capacitor is through his metrical systems. He's not a physical form. Like I said, he's a light embodiment. He's a power generator. He's a light mechanism of his higher kind. It's light rays of electricity, formations of force shields, gravitational pull of space continuum. So I'll give you a better understanding what the higher self is and what the higher self does, plus what kind of mechanisms it has through its systematical systems, through its generators, its ecosystems, its body capacitors, its alignments, its formations, its grid formations, its grid systems, electrical systems, energy cycles, systematical, meteorological defense mechanisms. Now, those are used basically for sealments. Remember I tell you there's entrapments, if there's through the energy force through planets where they have to be sealed. Well, it's called concealment. If there's any cracks or anything, I scan those planets and I use a sealment, which is called a vapor soil. Vapor soil protects it puts another protection grid around its planet. So right now, the higher self is talking as of right now. So I'm giving you a better idea who I am, where I came from, why I'm here. I'm here to help you human vessels to evolve to a better place in the better mind of the better heart and the better soul. You got to find yourself to get there. by using your frequency in a higher dimension. Now, dimensions are just vibrations through frequencies and harmonics. I myself live in harmonics. I fly around through space continuum and form its alignments and shapes, correct its atmosphere and its multi-universes. It's incredible to know what a parallel universe is. A parallel universe is through another dimension, through a paradox. It's a wormhole. So you go from one wormhole to another wormhole. That's how I get back on Earth. But I have to go through a transition of another wormhole, which is a plasma force. It's an electric rod where it connects through its wormholes. And it's going exceptionally fast. So I have that kinetic energy through its force field and its electric fields. It connects me to go through the surface into the paradox, to a parallel, into another dimension. Now the fifth dimension, like I said before, is in a parallel. Remember how I tell you about the location grid? When you come across that, when you're interfacing, how you have to use the geographical map to get to this systematical systems? Well, that's exactly what happens with the planets. You have to build a relationship through partnership. Once you have that, you are now connected through that planet. Now, as my higher self, I go through these planets to make sure that they're subsized. And I'm also correcting the energy flow through the multi-universes and the parallels. So we're definitely coming into a paradigm shift through the fifth dimension, all based on harmonics. The new Earth is so amazing. It's got this tremendous glow around. And it has this gold sphere around it. It's a platitude, it's a walkway where you can use that. It also upgrades your systems too. Because everything on the fifth dimension has mobility. It's all based on electric. Everything is through, high octane on oxygen alone, just on plants. Extremely high oxygen. The vapor in there is so amazing. And there's no governments. The governments is its individuality, popularity. Its individual circuits, system. So there's modification systems too, where it has its formations, where you can basically, the new Earth has its own connection, but it's all based on relationship and partnership before you connect. Even its ground formations, when you're walking, you have to have electronic force fields, because the ground itself is electric, because it's on a high vibration. So it needs that connection. But the only way it connects through you is through partnership. That's the biggest thing that I could tell you about any dimension, any planet, any intelligence. When you come across interfacing anything like that, you have to be connected in that way to build that relationship through partnership. So the higher self is a formulative entity, embodiment of light, where it's fully connected through its collective, its mother nature, Gaia. I keep saying collective, it's easier for everybody, but collective is God, creator, Alpha, Omega. He's the one that takes care of the space continuum. He's the one that makes everything balance. Everything is all on balance and alignments. When he's in space, he's focused. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't go and think, oh, I got to go to this planet. Is it okay? I'm not sure if I should go. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that because he only thinks on thought. He knows what he needs to do. His systematical systems connect through its energy force. Remember I told you about the energy pod, ego pod, where it has its perception through the eyes and the audio perception, the voicing grid, the commutative answers? Well, all that has its own collaboration. So it's a strong defense. So the higher self has his protective mechanisms through his transition. And he also has healing power. He can heal planets. He can correct the energy flow. He can create the energy flow. That's how powerful the higher self is. Now, everybody has that. It's just, it's given to very few. And the reason that is because myself, okay, let me just say this. I've been doing martial arts for a very long time. I started off when I was 8 years old, and I became black belt when I was 10. I've taught many schools. I've mastered books on how to create one self-revelation through one's force and one energy, through the force in, the force out. I've mastered the yin and the yang. That's how you get full embodiment through the higher self. But having complete full control of your identity, of who you are. The answers are everything in space continuum. And once you're in the higher self completely and fully, you understand nature, you understand humans, you understand revolution of everything that you see. You understand planets, its intelligence. You get a huge understanding of your ego, which you don't have anymore. It's all about practicing your thoughts, giving everything away, starting fresh. It's like when you eat something, you throw it out. Or if it goes bad, you throw it out, right? Or you eat it and you save it for later. It doesn't matter. It all applies the same way. You want to become a new you. And after that, you'll know who you are. You won't be troublesome. You know exactly what's going to happen next. And you know how to get there. Focus, awareness through continuum is everything. Because the higher self is so real, I can fly anywhere around the world and use my energy cycles, my energy fields, my energy oracles. It's my collaboration through space continuum. Its modifications, how to calculate, how to subsurface my northwest, south, and east through its energy fields, how to correct its system, how to keep yourself in formation, how to keep yourself in line. That's how real it is. I have tremendous connection force that I can use. And my higher self allows me to do whatever I want. Because I do things by knowing and doing. Not thinking and doubting, I'm not sure. No, that never comes to my mind anymore. I've gone way past that. My job and my mission is to get everybody on board. Make sure that everybody's safe. Make sure everybody keeps doing what they're doing. Know exactly what they're doing, how to get there. We're all in this together. You know? We're all in this together. It's an important thing because this new earth is going to change everything. Because I am in the new earth, but in the 20th century. But I fly around. So every time I fly around, I go through a parallel, which is a paradox, through its own wormhole. Like I said before, it has its plasma force. So basically, I'm flying back and forth. So I'm going into the 25th century. I'm going back down to Earth. You know, I keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? Through the geometrical systems. And I can do that anytime. I mean, it's incredible force that's going on right now. And the ascension is so important. We need to see ourselves evolving, coming together. Just kind of like let yourself know how important you really are on this planet, coming into a new earth. Now, if you see that, you will see yourself becoming an amazing being of light. Once you have that light within, it stays within. You see different, you feel different, you are different. Everything about you has changed. You're creating your own reality. Now, isn't that a beautiful thing? To create your own reality? I think it's incredible. Now, I've been given this gift. You're very well informed of who I am and what I can do and the power that I have. I can heal anybody in the world. Anybody. In a matter of minutes. Because I understand its systems. I've mastered the body, mind, and soul. That's the kinetic force that I have. The yin and yang. The northwest, south, and east. So, to you synchronizing souls and viewers out there and all your light beings, let's unite all together. And again, I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody that's been watching my channel. I appreciate it. For more videos that you want to see, subscribe to my channel, which is great. Feel free. And I will talk to you again and keep you updated. This is your Unified Ascension Angelic Master Healer. Calling out. Bye for now.